Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Game Nexus. This is Dwayne here and Stewart, and we're coming at you with another episode of Forward Observations. And it's a segment here where Stu and I talk about some of the goings-ons in the Infinity Universe, or in this case tonight, we're talking about, well, still the Infinity Universe.
Yep.
But we're talking about
the new Aristeia update
yes,
that we just got.
The new trailer which showcased the heroes. So if you checked in our last video, we talked about the teaser trailer and what we thought was happening. And now we have a little bit more to go on, some extra little tidbits, and specifically some of the characters, which we guessed would be a hero-based board game.
Yep.
Right.
So the website has a little bit more information. So we know that it's going to be some sort of sports game.
Yeah.
Not even just specifically like arena combat, but there appear to be score zones.
Yeah.
And
it takes place in a thing called the Hexadome. Hexadome. Yeah.
And so we're speculating, I think fairly safely, that it'll probably be a box set with a Ice Storm style map.
Mm-hmm. A gridded map, probably.
Yeah. Probably hexagonal gridding.
Yeah.
Play area, and then perhaps 8 miniatures with it.
Which is what we've been seeing so far is 8 figures.
Yeah.
So if they choose to take these 8 and put them in the box, that's sort of what we'll be getting.
Yes.
Yeah. The trailer did, we had to sort of strip in some of the little tidbits, but, you know, up until this trailer, we didn't know if we'd be dealing with an open table, miniature war game with, you know, inches and stuff. We didn't know really much of anything about it, and then this trailer and combined with the new web resource has shown us there's a lot more to it than what we thought. So
yes, the website specifically says that this is not a miniature war game and will in fact be a board game
and not compatible.
Yes.
Not its own entity, like not cross compatible.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yes, all the rules are going to be specifically for this game, but we're speculating that there will be profiles for all the models in both games, because
we have characters already crossing.
Miyamoto is in both games, and like characters like Achilles and McMurdo pretty much need to be in Aristeia, because those are very large parts of their fluff in the lore that they got started there or enjoy.
And you know,
Aristeia,
one of the things that I noticed is that when we're going through the characters, and we'll go through them in a second, is that they, on the website, they specifically did not even mention any of the factions in the Infinity game. Like, even though we were sitting there guessing, oh, this guy got to belong to this faction, they didn't. Like, they didn't say, oh, this guy comes from the Nomads, this guy comes from Panosiana.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of neat in the sense that they are not wanting to address that, even though we're sitting there trying to guess who they belong to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to dive into the characters now. Right off the bat, before we go, I'm just going to say the artwork and the figures in this game are just amazing. I'm completely re-energized about entering the Infinity Universe with this game, simply because of the artwork and the quality of the miniatures. So without further ado, let's jump in. Who do we got first?
So our first character is called Maximus.
Right.
Like, each character basically on this website, as you can see, has the anime style artwork and an actual photo of the beautifully, exquisitely painted actual physical model.
Yeah. And some character stats, which is big.
And then, yeah, some little tidbits. Weird. So Maximus is a tank. He has 3 abilities called Yodom's Shield, Get Behind Me, and Light of Justice. And he's appears to be a leader, natural-born leader, protective, and a fan favorite. Within,
the golden boy,
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so the Wayne Gretzky of the Aristeia.
Yes. And he looks very Pano.
Yeah. So I mean, you have to excuse us if we kind of filter that in, but he does look very Pano-ish to me. And Jotun's shield, right?
Yeah. The art for the character, his shin says Mototronica on it.
Which is a Panosiana facility that makes weaponry and stuff.
Yeah. So it's fairly obvious, and I think most players will want to kind of figure out where the models that they're planning are coming from.
So just point of reference, if he is a single model, and I don't get him in the box set, he is definitely making his way into my collection. So
Okay, so next up we have Hexer.
right.
So Hexer is described as the Nomad Witch, very Nomad-esque.
Well, there they go. They said it right off the bat.
So I think a fairly safe
To
bet.
say, yeah.
She appears to be a controller.
Yeah.
Perhaps a hacker. I'm assuming that that mechanic will transition over to this game.
She's got a kind of a Reverend Healer look to her a little bit as
Yes,
well.
yes. Yeah, because she's like described as a puppet master.
Yeah.
She has an ability called Gotcha, which is
mind control or something.
yeah, which is an ability in Infinity currently.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And Vede Retro.
No clue what that would indicate, but so she's basically I would say a hacker / Esper kind of mind character.
Yes. Next up is 8-Ball. He's kind of like a panda-looking character.
Yeah.
He's got kind of Yu Ching-esque armor, but he could be Nomad because of their sort of obsession with that kind of plastic surgery addiction.
I guess it wouldn't be an anime-inspired game if they didn't have pandas
If
in
they
it.
didn't have a panda, who apparently looks like he knows kung fu.
Yeah, okay.
He is also a controlling model. He's showmanship is his sort of thing.
But he's classed as a controller, right? Okay.
Yeah. And he appears to be kind of like a random element on the field who just sort of does stuff. He'll probably have lots of randomized abilities. He'll probably be able to do a lot of abilities that are going to be displacing. But yeah, he just seems like a total bro. Like, one of his abilities is called Be Water Dude. Like,
Oh wow, yeah.
So I imagine players are going to have a lot of fun with 8-Ball.
Now, the other thing that I've noticed as well as we've been going through these is none of the figures actually have factions, right?
Yeah,
Like,
we are purely
and the other thing is like I don't know if factions will even be an issue. Like maybe it's just you recruit the characters you want, and you don't need to worry about which faction you're pulling
that
from.
would certainly be, I think, a funner experience.
Right, because then you're not shoehorned into, oh, I have to collect this.
I'm also hoping it's not points based. Not that I don't enjoy Infinity's balanced play, but
maybe it'll be position based. You need to have one position of this, one position of that.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like Guild Ball.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
So
who do we got?
Up next, we've got Gata.
Gata
is another kind of nomad-looking model. She's a scorer, which is kind of our first indication when we were looking at the website that we would be looking at a sport game as opposed to a combat game.
Well, also, and I don't know, they don't mention to the score zone on this one, but there is a figure that they mentioned specifically a score zone.
Yes.
So yeah, being that there's a score means there's got to be something to score with.
Yeah, Gata is very anime-esque. She's got like a Hello Kitty mask
and a cat tail.
It's fantastic. It's so just the aesthetic of Infinity just turned up to 11.
But you also notice that, so what we're seeing so far, and we haven't got into some of the serious looking stuff, but we have a very cartoony spin on Infinity, right? Like whereas Infinity was anime, but more tilted to the serious kind of manga style.
Yes.
We now are getting a glimpse of like sort of that tongue-in-cheek fun, almost like an Overwatch style characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, it's good. It's the lighter side, right?
Yes. So up next we have Major Luna.
Speaking of the serious side of the miniature line.
So when I initially saw Major Luna, the first thing I thought of was the recent Leela Sharif model that was released for Hackaslam.
Okay.
They don't appear to be related, but they seem very similar.
Yeah.
They're both snipers. They're both Hackaslam-esque.
Yeah.
So Major Luna is a ranged shot. She's one of the two heroes, and that is one thing I've noticed, is that there seem to be two of each currently in the game.
Oh,
There's- yeah.
Of the lineup so far, I didn't really keep track, but
Yeah. So we've
interesting.
got 2 ranged,
Yeah.
2 control.
Yeah.
So I imagine that they're going to try and keep that balance as they continue. So she's got called shot, suppressive fire, marksmanship, and veteran sniper as her abilities. So we're definitely seeing some callbacks to Infinity, the main game.
Yeah. Also keeping in mind
good.
with that, I'm thinking there's going to be cover elements in the game, because if they're throwing in things like suppressive fire,
Yes.
sniper, right?
Yes,
There's got to be a way to defend against that.
The model appears to be standing on something which might be like a field element in the game. I imagine everything is going to be very standardized.
Yeah, but the fact that they have range guns almost means that there's got to be a way to protect yourself from them, which would then naturally be a covered system.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I
Tokens.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something kind of like Hero Clicks, where there was sort of like levels of hexagonal depth.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, I know what you mean. Who do we else after Major Luna? Parvati.
Yes, Parvati. So Parvati is a bit of an enigma. We're not quite sure who she is supposed to be with.
If it's important at all, but yes, you're right.
Probably not important.
Yeah. But she's very vexing.
Yes.
From her looks.
So green model, very beautiful model. The art appears to have basically her torso, arms, and legs are 5 separate components that are like linked together with like
anti-gravity.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So
5.
We're thinking Aleph, but she's green, and the reason we're thinking Aleph is that Parvati is a Hindu goddess.
Yeah, wife of Shiva.
And that would be in keeping with either Greek or Hindu mythology for naming their constructs.
Right.
She also appears to be very analytical. Her quote, the players all have quotes with them.
She's a support character.
Yeah. So her quote is tactical analysis complete, confidence in victory at 97.83%.
Well, that sounds Aleph to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very analytic.
Yeah.
And her little description also says she has been playing on the All-Star team for 20 years.
Yeah, so she's like a veteran.
Yeah. Like a super veteran.
Yeah.
She has like 2 submachine guns.
She's a medic.
Yes.
Which is another interesting little tidbit about the game itself, possibly.
And Reset, which could play into the hacking models being just shut down and not really being able to do much about it.
Yeah.
So after that kind of enigmatic character, we have kind of a softball. Wild Bill.
Yes. Yeah.
Very
You're
US
stoked
era,
about this guy.
I'm so stoked about
I mean, he's cool, but
he looks so cool. He's just a straight up cowboy.
It's kind of weird, almost like it's like he's like not. He shouldn't be here. Yeah. I don't even know what faction, honestly. Like, who in the heck would he belong to?
U.S. Ariadna.
Right, I guess.
Ariadna at the very least. He's just a cowboy.
Yeah, it's very cool, and that very Overwatch at that point, because we're talking McCree, right?
Yeah. So he's the second range character.
That's right. Yeah.
2 pistols, gunslinger, and Dead Man's Hand.
I like his quote, right?
Yeah.
I've danced with the Reaper more than a few times myself. Now she dances to my tune.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, and he seems to have like a random element. Like they've painted. He's got like cards.
He's like Gambit. He's got some glowing cards.
Yeah, his art has glowing cards, but his jacket, or I guess his vest under his like duster coat, appears to have like card suits painted on it.
Yeah.
And Dead Man's Hand and his little fluff piece underneath seems to indicate that he's like a card shark, so he might have some random abilities to really throw into the mix.
Yeah.
And then last, but totally not least, is Miyamoto Musashi.
Now, you told me that I'm not an expert in Infinity, but you said this guy exists in the game of Infinity already.
Yes.
As a character.
Yes, he does.
He's with Yu Jing, obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
He's Yu Qing's Aleph construct. Every race got one.
Right, because you had Joan of Arc, you had Achilles.
Yeah.
And so this guy is a feudal samurai they brought back to life.
Yeah, Mamono
Or cloned or
Musashi
whatever.
historically is the greatest living greatest swordsman historically in
Okay.
human history.
Gotcha.
He's just amazing.
So they gave him the Joan of Arc treatment.
So yeah, well, he's the best close combat guy in the game.
But how Pano brought Joan of Arc back and Aleph brought Achilles back. Yeah. Using DNA samples.
He's another combat specialist.
Yeah.
His abilities are all in Japanese.
Yeah. And also he's the title card on the game. Like
yes.
he's the poster child of the game right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sort of, I mean, if somebody had told me they're making an Aristeia standalone game, who do you think is going to be in it? I would have said Mamono Musashi and Achilles.
Yeah, which we haven't seen Achilles yet.
We have not seen Achilles yet, but I think fairly likely that he will be in it.
And we might get more characters after this.
Yes.
Okay, so that was basically the roster as we know it currently. We got 8 characters and no indication of whether or not it's only going to be 8 or if we're going to get more. What's your thoughts on the quantity of heroes?
I'm thinking we're going to get more. We don't know how big the teams are.
Yeah. Well, do we know? We know there's teams because in the description they say we take the role of a manager of a team.
Yes, we know that there'll be multiple models.
Right. Per player.
We don't know if the box set is going to have 8 models or if there's going to be 8 models released sort of separately. So if I was going to hazard a guess, if I was going to be producing a 2-player box set for a game, with the intention of both players fielding 2 full teams, I would say 4 models per team.
Yeah.
Maybe just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
So I think we are going to see.
Well, we need more models then.
We're going to see a lot more models.
Yeah, because I mean, otherwise you have overlap and games can get pretty stale if you're fighting against your own players.
Yeah, if I'm like just going through the run of Infinity models, named characters, I can think of quite a few that could be thrown into this quite easily.
And for me, if, I'm more of the business mind, I kind of think that if their revenue stream is to sell figures, they need to have lots of them, and therefore, if that's their main source of revenue, they're going to want to have a selection.
Yes.
So that's my thought process. What do we know as far as what they've told us is it's a board game, so we're going to see a board, whether that be a paper mat or a Guild Ball quality.
Really hoping the latter.
The thicker, yeah, exactly. Me too. Dice, we don't know. Again, we don't know if it's going to have unique dice. We don't know if it's going to use standardized dice. There's just a lot of questions. We do know they've said a release date is imminent this year.
Yes.
What's the history on, because you've been in the hobby longer than me, what is Corvius's history on delivering on timelines? Are they notorious, like some
no, I mean,
traditionally, have they sort of nailed it, or are they?
Their thing is they've always been vague on timelines,
right?
But they're met.
Right. So if they say 2017, we don't see.
We will see this. We will see this late 2017.
Yeah. So
there will be open tables at Gen Con,
that's right.
Spiel, and the Interplanetary.
Right. Yeah. And so you'll get hands on there, obviously.
Yes. So people, I'm hoping to God that they release some teaser videos of people playing it.
Yeah.
For those of us who are unlucky
we'll just
enough
have to
not be able to go there.
We'll just raid Gen Con, I guess. We'll figure it out. Well, that's our thoughts on the game thus far. Everything we have. Again, check out our previous video to get some of our earlier thoughts on the game, and we'll keep bringing these thoughts forward into future episodes of Forward Observation.
Yeah, check the link to the Aristeia site as it stands now.
Yeah, for sure. All the information we got was pulled from there and just our own thoughts. So, and of course, as always, make sure you subscribe to our channel and visit our website at enterthegamenexus.com. Lots of content for you guys to enjoy. This is Stuart and Dwayne checking out. Thanks.